reconciliation GLs are to be created within this range. All the reconciliation accounts are to be created within this range. So 2 lakhs to 2 lakh 19. Okay, so let me create 2 lakh as my 1GL 1248. Press enter, and here I will say balance sheet, but here I will select fixed assets, and this is going to be my furniture. Okay, 2 lakhs. Then control data here, reconciliation account to type is going to be the assets, right? Then create and bank interest, we can say 67. Reconciliation account, it's similar to that of vendor and customer, but instead of the vendor or customer, we are selecting asset. That's only the difference. Okay, and as I mentioned already, the reconciliation accounts, we cannot post any transactions directly to this reconciliation account. Just to save it. Okay, that way we will create 2 lakh 1000. I will say 2 lakh 1000. Okay, fine. 2 lakh 1000. We will say for machinery, computer, right? Okay, just save machinery. Next is computer, 2 lakh 2. Computer, and next we can have 2 lakh 3000. No, it's wrong. So I'm going back. FS00. System will not allow us to save it because the number range is different. 2 lakh 3000. I would say after computer, what do we have? Building, land, electrical fittings. Save it. Land, 2 lakh 4. Building, furniture, machinery, computer, building, land, and what do we have? 1, 2, 5. The last one is electrical fittings. 2 lakh 5000. I will say electrical fittings. Electrical fittings. I've completed all of them. Then I will have to have even the provision for depreciation. So what I will do, I'll select individual of them. I'm copying it, and I will say 200, 500. So this is going to be my provision for depreciation. Provision for depreciation on provision for depreciation on furniture. Same properties, there is no change at all. Provision for depreciation is also going to be a reconciliation GL. Then similarly, machinery. 1,01,500. I'm going in the same sequence. Now the machinery going to be provision for machinery. Provision for machinery. Save it. Then computer. Or you can select this one also and you can change it as 2 lakh 2. So just change the name here. Computer and here also computer. It will be here below the computer. Now the next I have is the building. So 2,03,500. I will just say as building. Let's save it. And on the land you will not have a depreciation, so we will not be creating any depreciation for land. And the lastly we will have to create a depreciation for electrical fittings. So this is going to be 5. Okay, I'm just saving. So you will not have a depreciation on the land, so I'm not created anything. So we have the accounted determination ready, GLs ready. So let's go and maintain the accounted determination. So assign GL accounts, path is IMG, financial accounting, asset accounting, integration with the GL accounting, then assign GL accounts, just execute. Give a chart of depreciation 1248. What's our depreciation chart of depreciation? Is that 1248 or I think oh my god, I think there is a change in that. 1001 something we have created. Okay. Why it is taking too much time? Ours is 1001. Okay. So yeah, we will have to do something here. In the organization structure, asset classes, define number ranges, define number range intervals. Here our company code 1248. I think we have maintained properly here. Yes. And nowhere we have mentioned our chart of depreciation. Right here we have just created our own, and screen layout we have created our own without providing any depreciation. And even here in this case also we have created on our own, so there is no impact anywhere. Okay, now let's get into asset GL accounts, assign GL accounts for all asset accounting. Our chart of depreciation is 1001. Enter our chart of depreciation. You can see here chart of accounts. So our chart of depreciation has this chart of accounts. How did we get this chart of accounts? We have not established any link between chart of depreciation and chart of accounts. The chart of depreciation is assigned to our company code, and that company code has this chart of accounts. So thereby you can see over here. So select the chart of accounts 1248, double click on account determination on the left side. Here we have got these account determination. Remember one important point, the account determination, screen layout, and the asset classes. All these are maintained at a client level. Those settings are not too specific to company code. Those are created at a client level so that you can see, you can see other account determinations as well. You can see all other account determinations as well. So at the time of creating the account determination, so the moment I enter here, I'm not specifying the company code or chart of depreciation here. It means all these are created at client level. And similarly, the screen layout, you are creating all of them at the client level. But if you see the number range, the execute, you can see you are creating at your company code. And the asset classes, this is also created at a client level. You can see all other asset classes. Okay, so those are called asset client level configurations. Now go into assign GL accounts for assets, select our chart of depreciation, chart of accounts, double click on account determination. So these are ours. The first six are ours. These are the account determinations we have created. Now the properties of assignment of GLs will come here. Now select our account determination for 1000, double click on asset balance sheet accounts. Okay, double click on balance sheet accounts. Now here you can see 140 and 80. How did we get these three? Because these three are considered for real-time posting. Let me go back and show you the same thing. Here our chart of depreciation is this. Enter. If you see here, 140 and 80 has area post in real time. Because of that, you can see those three. Okay, so going here into assign GL accounts again, chart of accounts, account determination, 1000, double click on balance sheet account. Here you can see three things. One is the balance sheet accounts. What are the balance sheet accounts? Both provision for depreciation and the original cost of the asset. Both are asset GLs, so you can see them here in this. And the next is the depreciation. When you run a depreciation, you need to have a depreciation GL account. So you can see over here, let us go and create that one GL account we will create. Okay. So do we have any account group for that? No, for all expenses, we have one group, account group, right? So let us create depreciation. So the depreciations here we have 4 lakh 40. Let me create from 4 lakh 60. So here again, depreciation accounts, you can create one separate depreciation expenses GL for each of the asset class, or you can create one GL for all of them. This is a revenue item. Depreciation is an expenditure which is a revenue item. You can create one, or you can create one for each of these asset classes. Okay, I'm just going into new entries. I will say 4,60,000. I will say here primary costs, and I will say expenses, depreciation on furniture, and control data. If I want to consider taxes, I can consider. Otherwise, I'll keep sort key 00001 and my cost element category going to be one, which is an expenses. Okay. Then in the create and bank interest, I would select expenses related. It means cost. Just to save it. Okay. I'm copying it. I will say 4,61,000 for what is the next one we have? Furniture machinery. I will say here machinery, next is computer. And here I will select two. I will say computer. This is again business requirement. You want to have a one separate depreciation GL for each of the asset class, or you want one. Then after computer, building, land, electrical fittings. Building, okay. The next we have is land. On land, we will not provide